Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to clean the filters in the bottom of your dishwasher. Now there will be a little bit of variation on how to remove the filters depending on which dishwasher you have, but basically cleaning the filters is all the same, so let's get into it. I started by removing all of the clean dishes from my dishwasher, put a measuring cup in the top of my dishwasher, and then poured in 2 cups of white distilled vinegar, so just basic household vinegar that people use for cleaning all the time. I know that some people recommend just using 1 cup of vinegar to clean their dishwasher, but my manual actually suggests 2 cups. I'm going to go with what my manual says. It's always worth checking your manual to see what they recommend before you get started. Also, make sure that you put that vinegar in a cup near the top of the dishwasher. That'll keep that vinegar in your dishwasher longer. Normally, most dishwashers are going to start by draining any liquid that's in the dishwasher before it even starts the wash cycle. So if you put that directly into the bottom of the dishwasher, it is just going to get drained out before it even does any good cleaning for you. So at this point, I just let that dishwasher run on a hot cycle for 1 hour, just to let that vinegar get to work. Normally, you need to clean your filters once a month, but I will say that this is the first time I've looked at this manual in 10 years, and I was shocked by what I saw here. This whole time, I only thought I had 1 filter on this dishwasher, but I actually have 2, and I have never cleaned the bottom one. So it is going to be shocking when I show you what I open up and find in that second filter. And that right there is another good reason to always read the manual that comes with your appliance to make sure you know how to use it properly and to clean your appliance. I'll show you those gross filters in just a minute, but let me tell you, the next thing I did was once that dishwasher was done running, I filled a sink with hot water and just regular Dawn dish detergent. That hot water and the Dawn are perfect for cutting any of the grease that's left behind on your filter, and it's great for washing away all of the germs and gross bacteria. Okay, so brace yourself, guys. I'm about to open up the dishwasher and show you how disgusting that second filter is that I didn't know was there this whole time. Okay, first I'm going to remove that bottom rack. It should just slide out and lift out. You probably know that already. So first I turn that top filter counterclockwise and lift it out. So normally that's what you see when you lift out your filter, a little bit of mildew, maybe some food left behind if you don't rinse your dishes really well before you wash. I always take a paper towel next and wipe away any of the mildew that will just wash off easily. So that vinegar wash that we just did with that hot water in the dishwasher helped penetrate all of that mildew and the fat and any residue from food that is left behind in the bottom of the dishwasher. So it's making it pretty easy for me to wipe it away at this point. Now let's pop up that lower filter that I didn't know was there. So I just accidentally popped it up that time, and I don't believe I never saw this in the last 10 years. But look at all of this mildew and gunk and fats and whatever you want to call that goo that's left behind in your dishwasher from the soap and the food residue, whatever that is. Look at that. It's disgusting. It's been in my dishwasher for the last 10 years. I can't believe I didn't know that filter was there. So stop what you're doing, guys, and check the manual for your dishwasher if you only think you have 1 filter. I mean, some dishwashers really only do have 1 filter. My last one only had 1. So this was a shock for me. Check your manuals and make sure you don't have the same problem. I started by scraping out with an old toothbrush as much of the gunk that was left on that filter, on the top of the filter. Since it's a graded surface, or since it has little holes in it, it's going to hold on to that gunk a little bit more. And I wanted to get off most of it before I went to washing it in my sink. After scrubbing away most of it with the toothbrush, I moved on to wiping off the surface with the paper towel. Again, I want to get most of it off before I let it get near my sink because I don't want that going into my drain. And I used the paper towels to also wipe away all of the gunk that was in the bottom of that lower filter in my dishwasher. So that was really easy to remove. Again, running that with that vinegar and hot water helped loosen everything up and get it ready to wipe out. After about 4 or 5 minutes, I was able to wipe away all of that gross gunk out of the bottom of my dishwasher and get it looking really clean again. That lower level that I'm cleaning right there, the cup that holds that upper filter that looks like a cylinder that I pulled out does usually contain water on most dishwashers. So that is keeping the seals and the gaskets and all of the plastic parts inside the dishwasher wet, which helps them last longer. And you don't want them drying out. And that little bit of water that's sitting in the bottom there is also why the dishwasher always drains right when you start a wash cycle. So drains out any of the water that's been sitting right there in the filter, drains it out before your wash cycle starts, and then it starts your normal wash cycle with clean water. If you ever notice that you have water that sits above the filter or that you can see in the bottom of the dishwasher after your wash cycle has completed, then you probably have a clogged line and your dishwasher isn't draining properly, so you should have that looked at. Okay, this is all looking pretty good. Let's move on to washing out the filters. I put the upper filter straight into the hot water so that I can soak for a little bit, and then I moved on to rinsing off that lower filter. I was using the hottest water that I could handle with that lower filter because it does help it rinse away all of that fatty and soapy residue much faster. After rinsing that lower filter off, I rinsed off the upper filter a bit. That soapy hot water loosened up most of that mildew and gunk inside of there. Then it's just as simple as using a scrub sponge or whatever you have on hand that you like to scrub with and scrubbing all of that leftover residue off. So you want to do this with your dishwasher filters once every month, unless you're washing 2 loads a day. So then move it up to 2 times a month. It's important to keep your dishwasher filters clean because, of course, it's going to make the water in your dishwasher cleaner, but it's also going to make sure that you don't have any loose food sitting in the bottom of your dishwasher. So I typically rinse my dishes off before I ever wash them, so I never have big particles of food sitting in the bottom of my dishwasher. But if you don't rinse as well as I do, then sometimes when you pull out that filter, you'll see little bits of food that have to be removed so that your dishwasher can be draining properly and operating properly and keeping your dishes clean. If you start to see little specks of food and particles left behind on your dishes after the dishwasher runs, that means that you need to clean out your filter. It's probably something that's stuck in the filter. It's not able to operate with clean water. Okay, after a few minutes of scrubbing, I was able to get those filters looking brand spanking new, nice and clean again. I also always wash down my sinks really well after doing this so that I don't have any residue left in my sinks. Then it was time to just pop those filters back into place. So make sure you go back the opposite way that you took them out. So the lower one goes in first and it needs to be snapped into place if yours has little clips holding it in. And then put that upper filter back into place. This time it goes in clockwise to lock into place. After putting your filters back in, always give your dishwasher a good little spin, the bottom part of the dishwasher, to make sure that it is spinning freely and it's not hitting the filter. Usually at this point, I would say that I'm done, but since I have that second filter that I wasn't aware of that needs to be cleaned, I did run my dishwasher again with another cup or 2 cups of the vinegar. But really, that water that is at the bottom of that filter, like I said before, it is going to drain out before your next load runs. So you could be done at this point if you're happy with how clean your dishwasher is, and then just get right back to using it as normal. All right, guys, thanks for checking out this video.